and I was working with a producer, and then when lockdown started, I had to do some mixes remotely as well, and I used Splashtop personally for this work, and I was like, oh, this actually works quite well. We could try that in this school setup and see if that would work. So we ran some tests and we figured that it would work out pretty well for our needs, and then now everything is working fine, thankfully, thanks to Splashtop and to this path that we went through. Nothing changed from what the computer was before. Literally just had to install Splashtop and make sure that the audio was going out via Splashtop, like via the network connection rather than out of the actual physical machine. But that nothing else changed, and all the tools that we have in the computer work fine via the remote access. The students can use Logic Pro X, they can use Pro Tools, they can use Ableton, they can use Isotope, Melodyne, lots of different plugins, UAD, Universal Audio, Waves, many different plugins, and all the things that they would naturally have access to if they were on campus. So it was basically, we just had to adapt the dynamics of working from home, but they have access to the same tools. We are currently delivering the lectures on Zoom, via Zoom, and they can use Splashtop simultaneously. So they have the laptop at home or their iPad or any device that they want to. They have Zoom open, they can watch the teacher talking to them, saying, explaining the things, and they say, oh, let's do this exercise, for instance. And when the teacher goes, let's do this exercise, they can then tab to Splashtop and remote access the computer in the school and do the exercise. And Zoom is still open, still in the background. You just have to adjust the settings to have the output of Zoom go into, let's say, a student's audio interface, and Splashtop go into the audio interface as well, and then you can listen to it. And yeah, the sound from the computer in the school goes remotely to the student's device, and it works absolutely fine. I think this is a great solution because I think people are starting to realize with COVID and with the whole pandemic lockdown thing, people are starting to realize that it is possible to do a lot of work remotely. And sometimes it is even more productive if you don't have the commuting factor of like going somewhere, having to be somewhere, or even the working hours, as you mentioned. Like, it's because we have very long working hours. But if people had like a school that opened less hours, then the people could, the students could access the computers out of those hours. And it's just, I think it's just very, very practical to work remotely. And even not just for schools, but as an engineer, as an audio engineer doing other work like mixes and stuff, if I can access someone else's computer and I can use their plugins, like if I'm working with a producer and they suddenly go, oh, I need to revise this mix. And if I'm from even in a different country, if I need to, like, I'm traveling and they go like, oh, I've just remembered I need to revise this mix. Like, cool, I've got this plugin, but I don't have these plugins in my computer. They're in your computer. Can I just access your computer and I can quickly revise it? Because I can just hook up my laptop to some speakers in some room that has some treatment and do that from afar. And I think that really works well in terms of the way that we live nowadays, and everything is very hectic. Everyone is in this busy routine of many things to do, and having the possibility of remote accessing things and just getting work done quicker, it is a great thing.